Alright, Hockey Info 33 here. We're going to go over a couple basics on goaltending. We're going to go over the controls and different things you should do while you're playing that, and different methods. And then we're not going to get too far into it. I do have a video you guys should check out that gives a more in-depth and a lot of examples as well as live gameplay. Right here, the main thing you want to focus on is in your settings. You want to make sure you put puck size large and puck shadow large. And if you can, you want to go ahead and turn on the opposing team colors. That's going to help you a lot in evaluating players and picking up on habits that they do throughout the game, because you'll notice what colors doing what most often. I don't recommend using the offline practice mode much, unless I really don't recommend it unless you use the capitals, because the goalies are going to be the most realistic with the overall and actual goalie talent, being both those goalies are 73 and 81 overall. This is NHL13, so for NHL14 I'll be putting out another video, and NHL12 this doesn't apply. You'll see me here using right trigger. I recommend using right trigger for the most part whenever you're moving from side to side in the net, just to hug the post. Right trigger and left trigger together aren't too useful. Again, when I say right trigger or left trigger for PlayStation, I mean R2 and L2. Right trigger would be R2 and left trigger would be L2. And when I say right bumper, I mean R1, and when I say left bumper, I mean L1. Just a couple things to keep in mind if you are watching and play on PlayStation. I do play on both, so if you need any tips or you want a video from PlayStation, go ahead and leave me a comment and I will put one up. Okay, so anticipation stick is a big thing. That's your right joystick. You move it to the left, anticipate right, or to anticipate left, and you move to the right to anticipate right. It's not useful for 5-hole or high shots that come in above your head. It only anticipates left or right. Most of the time you want to use it when you're being screened or you are definitely sure which way the shooter's going, but for the most part you don't want to use it because it lowers your percentage to make the save if you guess wrong, so you want to focus on position. I do have another video called Best Goalie Builds, so if you want to check that one out for a good goalie build and positioning tips, that's another one you should go ahead and check out. So right here you'll see me using the anticipation stick, and when behind the net I'm using right trigger. Right bumper is also useful for, as you see there, right bumper, and pulling the right joystick to the right or left gives you a pad stack. If you hold it, you can actually roll over and do the pad stack in different directions like this, or if you pull it down you will do the spread eagle save, and if you push up you will do a poke check. Poke check is something you want a really good feel for that talent. When someone's coming from the outside towards the net, they have three options. Shoot near post, most common, expecting to come off your post for the deep pass, or to pass for a low cross crease. All three, which are no good if the skater has a D-man on him, is being forced to the outside, move to the post. If the skater has a D-man behind him and is coming high to low and not from the boards, I will take this opportunity, and only this opportunity, of the three, to do a diving poke check. Placing my leg pads, covering the post shot, and stick blocking the pass, typically poking the puck into the skater's skates. That's pretty much the only time I use the poke check. You can use it on the breakaway too. I don't recommend doing it too often. If you do, you don't want to move from it. You see me here using the right joystick when I'm hugging the post. If you hug the post and pull down on the right joystick, you will do paddle down, and that will cover any passes coming from behind the net. And if you move from side to side, it'll keep the paddle down, blocking the 5-hole and down low. And if you push up, it will do a poke check, kind of slapping the puck away from whoever's got it. This is useful to block passes from behind the net and to poke check wraparounds and stuff. For the most part, Y is going to cover it, or triangle if you're on PlayStation, that covers the puck. A or X, or A or X on PlayStation is going to do the free skate, so you can skate around. This is good to get back in front of the net if someone pushes you behind the net and whatever else. And yeah, so that's really the controls. Here's a couple live plays. You'll see the situational where I'm using the right trigger, and then I use the left trigger to go down low when they come out from the goal line. But for the most part, no one can tell you how to handle every situation. So I recommend practicing OTP, and I definitely recommend playing 5 or 10 offline games with the stipulations I had outlined in the Best Goalie Build video. Let's go over there and check that out. And be prepared for more of your shots, majority of your shots in club, to go near post, and learn how to use the anticipation stick, and you'll be on the right page. These are a couple basics. go ahead and check out my videos and subscribe. All right.